We begin over at the State House. That's where the full House Judiciary Committee today passed a proposal for a near total ban on abortions. If passed into law now, that bill, it would ban abortions in our state without the exception for rape or incest, but would provide protections for the life of the mother. This comes nearly 2 months now after the state's current fetal heartbeat law was put into effect. That bill, or I should say that law, it bans abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. There are exceptions for rape, incest, and to save the life of the mother. The law also requires a doctor to perform an ultrasound for the mother before seeking an abortion. The law has been in effect since June 27th, a few days after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. That decision happened back in June, which gave the power to legalize or criminalize abortions back to the states. And the full House of Representatives will now consider the Judiciary Committee's bill to outlaw nearly all abortions. Our Becky Buds is at the State House with more on where this bill stands.
A bill that would ban nearly all abortions in South Carolina is heading to the House floor after a 13-7 vote from the House Judiciary Committee.
All preborn lives matter in this bill, and all innocent lives are protected, regardless of the circumstances of conception or disability.
Representative John McCravy outlining the bill that includes a total ban on abortions with no exceptions for rape or incest. That includes banning the selling and buying of drugs that can cause abortions.
Exceptions including rape and incest of minors are not now included in this bill, but are no less significant today than they were when we passed the heartbeat bill and celebrated that as being pro-life.
The bill does provide protections for the life of the mother and includes a limited number of health conditions that would allow doctors to perform abortions. South Carolina currently has a 6-week abortion ban that went into effect after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June. The bill does not criminalize South Carolinians seeking an abortion, but does include penalties for those who perform the procedure. Several Democrats spoke out against the bill during the meeting.
It's just a personal decision between a doctor, loved ones, and someone's God that we should not be interjecting ourselves into.
Who will deliver all these babies that you all are forcing women to have? We already have a shortage of, as I said, of OBGYN, but we also have a shortage of midwives.
The legislation has a long way to go before it reaches Governor Henry McMaster's desk. At the State House, Becky Buds, News 19, WLTX.
And we're being told the House could take up the bill in a special session coming up in just a few weeks. Now, tomorrow, the Senate Medical Affairs Committee will meet to hear public testimony on a bill which would ban abortions at the point of conception. The Senate pre-filed the bill after a hold was lifted on South Carolina's current fetal heartbeat law.